All right. If you are on Clubhouse, you didn't see this. If you're on Facebook, you probably wonder what was that. I said the same thing. What is that? Why are we doing that? I showed some videos. I just showed some videos of some very small children getting a haircut, like newborn babies getting haircuts. Like one baby was probably 2 months old or less. I would say he had that look, that bobby head baby stage. You know, when the baby can't barely hold their head up, which is an indication that they don't need a haircut. And the question becomes is why? Why is that baby getting a haircut? It was quite a few in the video that I pulled of babies getting a haircut. Some of them were getting the dye put in their head, which I hate as a barber anyway. So I already hate that as a barber already. But they were getting the dye put in their head. They were using razor lines on the baby, giving the baby a sharp razor tape to do the baby's hair, cut the baby's hair, tape them up. And here's the whole thing with that. There's a reason why we don't, when I was a barber, why we didn't give small babies haircuts. It's a few reasons. Number one, they haven't established a full hairline. Their hair pattern is still developing. Babies at that age have all kind of skin issues. Their scalp is still developing. They also have, and many oftentimes they have that soft spot that's in the back of the baby's head top or the front top or middle top of the baby's head. So that means that child's brain hasn't closed up fully yet. So the brain is still exposed. So you should not be pressing on that. You should protect that. There shouldn't be any vibrations around that because that child's mind, that child's skull is still developing. Another reason why we didn't give babies haircuts is because their skin is extremely sensitive. So you putting a taper on a baby, a taper liner or a sharp edge taper, that's not a good move. That's not a good look. That's not a good. Now forget the look. It's not prudent to do that to a child's skin that's still developing. Okay, then before you get into the look of it all, then you have to really ask the question of it is it irritating the child's skin? Or are you transferring any type of infections to that child because you're putting clippers that are used on grown men and grown women on that child's head who come into contact with all kind of germs, infections, diseases, and all that our immune systems have been built up and are solid and strong and can defend against. But a baby immune system hasn't developed yet. A 2-month-old should not be around the germs of your past 15 clients that came through the barbershop. And I know you may say, well, I clean my clippers off. Yeah, I'm sure you do, sir. I'm sure you're a good, solid barber who does the due diligence of cleaning off their tapers and their clippers. However, those still are germs that barbicide and that alcohol and and all of those different chemicals. I don't know what the current chemicals are. I hadn't been cutting hair in about 27 years professionally, but I don't know what the current chemicals are, but you still shouldn't be putting them strong chemicals on that child's head. Yeah. This is bad, nanny going north. This is bad for a whole bunch of reasons. Terrible. So the question becomes is why are we doing it? The reason why I showed the video because it was multiple babies in the video getting a haircut. So that means this is trendy. And you know people. Anytime you see any old foolish trend going on for a while, people start picking it up and it becomes a thing. Hence the milk carton challenge. Ignorance on steroids. Okay? Another picture I saw was of about 4-year-old little girl and somebody had put a lace front on her. A lace front on a 4-year-old. So again, a lace front wig on a 4-year-old. Let me just be blunt with you. Half of y'all in y'all 20s and 30s, y'all done snatch y'all edges out. You ain't got no more edges left. And your hairline was fully developed when you start putting that glue and start putting lace fronts and all kind of heavy hairstyles on your hairline. You ain't got no edges, and now you going to tear up a 4-year-old edges, and you starting a 4-year-old with the obscure view of what beauty is. You're introducing a 4-year-old to makeup and bump makeup, to lace front wigs and glue and all of that. 4-year-olds don't know what beauty is yet. Their beauty is determined by what they see in their house, what they're told, what someone says about them, and what they see in the mirror. So now they have a warped sense of what reality is because you putting a lace front on this child's head. So now you exposing this child to thinking, to mindsets, to ideas, to styles that she shouldn't even be looking at right now. This is ignorance on steroids. Ignorance. But this is what we're doing. The question becomes is why, y'all? Why would we be doing that? Why would somebody put a lace front on a child's head? Why would somebody take a newborn child to the barbershop, a 2-month old or less? Baby can't even hold his head up and give him a haircut. Why? Because that's about you. They ain't got nothing to do with the baby. A baby's first haircut is a rite of passage. It's like a part of manhood to a little boy. His first haircut, whether he's 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, even older. When families would bring their little boys in for their first haircut, it was a special moment. It meant something. Oftentimes, mama and daddy was there. Oftentimes, grandmama was there. When I cut the boy's hair for the first time, no matter what the length was, usually somebody would be there with a little bag or a tissue, and they would want that first lock of hair because they want to save their hair and put it in an album or put it in the family Bible or mark this moment because this is a special moment in this little boy's life. The little boy, whether they was fussing, angry, upset, or sitting there enjoying the haircut or just curious. Some little boys would be just looking at the clippers. What you gonna do with that? And they let me do it, but they watching me every time I use that clipper. Every time I touch their head with it. Some of them, they want to touch it. You let them touch it. The thing with that is it's an experience that maybe this child, depending on how old they are, they might remember. Here's what you can guarantee. You can guarantee a baby that's 1 month or 2 month old, he don't remember that. He has no recollection of that moment. That's not a moment that's in his childhood that would be, he'll remember someday. Like, oh, I remember I got my first haircut. I kind of remember. No, you can guarantee he don't remember that. And probably when he look at the video, he gonna think, oh, my mama or my daddy was a stone cold fool for letting me get a haircut at that very young age. Yeah, I said it because it is. It's foolish. And the question becomes is why? Why are we getting lace fronts for little kids? Why are we getting haircuts for newborn babies? Why do we have a problem with the fact that a school in South Carolina, Rock Hill, South Carolina to be exact, has a no cell phone policy in school? I got a no cell phone policy on this job. Why? Because I don't need distracted people working. You sure don't need distracted people in school. But some parents have a problem with it. And I get it. I do understand that when I was raising children, I was not raising children in the season of this huge rash of gun violence and school shootings. I do take that into consideration. And I do know and am aware that if something happens, you want to be able to reach your child. That's a reasonable desire. That's a reasonable need. But when you weigh it against it, when you weigh the odds of your child's school getting shot up against the odds of your child being distracted in class, and not being prepared, the odds are much greater that your child is just going to have a phone in class and going to be distracted. And let me just tell you this right here. Schools in China, no phones. China grades are way ahead of us, which is why they're killing America in some areas. If you sit up in class with a phone, the same way if you're sitting up on your job with a phone, you are weaker as an employee and you are weaker as a student. I can guarantee you. You are destroying your focus. But why are we doing certain things? Why is everybody celebrating this ignorant behind Keke Palmer and Usher song? Why? Why are people on social media like, ooh, girl, do it. Ooh, girl, yes, tell him one more time. Yeah. Yeah. You allowing yourself to be a sucker pawn in Usher's game. Usher got a single out. He probably wrote that song after that foolishness happened. Quite frankly, it kind of sound like it. And then they put this video out, and y'all in the video like, yeah, tell your boyfriend to call me and all that stuff. I'm like, it's real cute right now. Oh, this is real funny right now. It's everybody talking about, ooh, she giving him the bird, the middle finger one more time. Oh, she really going in. No. You are adding to the historical record that your child will be able to see that my mama and daddy broke up in large part because my mama went to an Usher concert with her whole behind out, with her whole tail out. That's what her son is going to see at 15, 16 years old. And the daddy probably going, Daddy, what happened to you and mama? Well, me and mom has problems. Well, I don't really want to get into it because my friends at school said it was something about something that was on the internet back in the day when I was a baby. Huh? Where you see that at? Yeah, that's what they say. Say mama went to Usher. That man Usher, he old now, but that man Usher, well, they say he went to his concert and you was upset and mama had her booty out. Son, don't talk about your mom like that. Daddy, I'm just trying to figure out why mama had her behind out at a concert. I don't feel comfortable with that, Daddy. And you might say, oh, you putting words in that child mouth. Her son might not even think like that. I'm telling y'all, men ain't that much different in 2023, in 2035. Than they was in 1989 or 1969 or 1949 or 29. No boy want to see his daddy out there like that, his mom out there like that. So anyway, but why are we doing all that stuff? Why are we putting that song out? What's the song really about? Why are we putting out these? Why are we cutting a newborn baby's hair? Why are we putting lace fronts on toddlers? Let's have this conversation, y'all. Let's get into this conversation. Let's see who's in the room. What up, Leslie Ashley? I ain't seen you in a while, sis. How you doing? What's going on? Good morning, Celeste. Good morning, Jermaine. Good morning, Sandra. What's up, family? How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Good morning, Chibuzor. I'm sure I messed that up. Asia. Good morning, Asia. How you doing? Ashley Bailey. Canada's finest in the building. What's going on, sis? See what Ashley think about this. Real Donna J. How you doing, ma'am? Sitting right next to me. Nina, what's up, Nina? Good morning. Carol, good morning. Iella, good morning. Jamal Bates from the Jamal Bates Morning Show, radio show, afternoon show. Pastor Jamal Bates, what's going on, sir?
30 hertz straight up.
Folake, good morning, Folake. How you doing, sis? Tonisha, good morning. Kimberly, what's going on, Kimberly? How you doing? SWAT in the house, I see you. Women's Conference coming up this Thursday and Friday, Right Direction Church International, Columbia, South Carolina. Marvin Jones just joined the room. What's up, Marvin? How you doing? Good morning. Robin, good morning. What's up? Paul, what's up, Paul? How you doing, sir? Good morning. Jean Singleton Stewart, good morning, Sister Jean. How you doing? Michael, what's up, Michael? Michael Robinson, good morning, Michael. Mother E, my mother-in-law is in the building. How you doing, ma'am? Marvin and Arcola Jones is down here. Marion Martley is in the building, Rialto, California. How y'all doing? Listen, y'all. Let's have this conversation. Let's ask a real question. Because we do a lot of me talk today. I need me time. Time for me. This is my season. Well, I get it. But sometimes you have to ask yourself a question. Am I doing what I'm doing for my family like people say it is? Or am I doing what I'm doing for my marriage or my relationship? Or sometimes it's for my mental well-being, or sometimes is it just simply for me? Let's be real about it. Is it just for me? And I'm trying to make it about somebody else? Am I trying to make it about my children, my family, or is it really just about me? Some of you dads out there, you pushing your kids in sports. Is that because you didn't fulfill your full sports dreams in high school or college? Do you feel like you left something on the field, or is it about your son? Some of y'all who pressing your kids to go to college and get this particular degree, is it because you want the best, what's best for that child's purpose in life, or is it so you can get to the party and brag and say, my child goes to Stanford or my child goes for Harvard? Nothing wrong with that. But is it about that, or is it about that child? Sometimes some of the stuff we doing is just for us. It ain't got nothing to do with the kids. Y'all, let's have this conversation. Let's have a real talk conversation about this today. Do me a favor, y'all. I want you to pick up your phone, device, tablet, laptop, or whatever you have and call your mama, call your daddy, call your auntie, call your uncle, call your cousin, call your friend, call your coworker, call your neighbor, and let them all know Ak is back from COVID detail, and he is back in the studio with a negative COVID test. Hey family, this is the Akintunde Show. Time to get started, y'all. Let's go.
Another track layer production, but no joke entertainment. Let's go.
Akintunde is gonna make you laugh real loud. So come on, scream it out. Akintunde is gonna make you laugh real loud. Akintunde.
Daily I shall.
It's the Akintunde Show.
Say what? Say what?
You heard what I said.
That's right, y'all.
The Akintunde Show.
Spell it.
A-K-I-N Tunde.
Columbia, South Carolina, it's official. Healthy Laughter season has begun. The Healthy Laughter National Stand-Up Comedy Tour comes home to Columbia, South Carolina this September. There'll be comedy showcases, free health screenings, power walk exercise days, plus the beginning of production of our national stand-up comedy television series, Healthy Laughter, laughing your way to a healthier life. To get more information, log on to healthylaughtercomedy.com. That's healthylaughtercomedy.com. And a huge thank you to our sponsors, community partners, and supporters. Wellsprings Family Medicine, Woods Automotive Sales, Be Insured for Life Health Agency, Linked Up Church, P&B Promotionals, Presley Cares Mortuary, KRJ Consulting, SGRX Saves, Chris and Brenda Bethel, Jamie and Tamika Isaac Divine, Able SC. It's Healthy Laughter Homecoming, Columbia, South Carolina. It's your brother Akintunde. And until showtime, I'ma see y'all when I see y'all. Peace. Looking for promotional products and apparel? Look no further than P&B Promotionals. Place your brand and logo on just about anything with P&B Promotionals. Over 800,000 products, caps, travel mugs, drawstring bags, water bottles, stadium cups, umbrellas, tote bags, and t-shirts. P&B Promotionals is a nationally certified advertising company. Log on to pbpromotionals.com and start your order now. pbpromotionals.com.
Imprinting the best for less.
Greetings. I am Darrell Presley, owner and operator of Presley Cares Mortuary Services of West Columbia, South Carolina. Our mission here at Presley's is to provide excellent, quality, superior funeral service to all, regardless of economic status, religion, or race, with our society being embedded with a diverse class of people. Our staff here at Presley's pledges to offer only one class of service, and that is superior. So rendering professional services to the families that call upon us is not an option, it's mandatory. Presley Cares Mortuary Services, where we are caring for you and your loved one.
Hello, my name is Dr. Damon Daniels with Pathways to Wellness, a division of Wellspring Family Medicine. We're excited to be partnering with the Healthy Laughter comedy series. Our vision at Wellspring Family Medicine is to bring you the most up-to-date, cutting-edge medical tests to help you optimize your health. For instance, we have a pain-free simple tool that takes 20 minutes to help you understand your heart disease risk. In addition, we'll be offering online courses to help you manage your diabetes, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol better. So connect with us on Facebook at Wellspring Family Medicine to take advantage of all the offerings we'll have to help you live a healthier, happier life.
At my church, we help people get better by teaching them how the word works, and we want to make sure there is no excuse not to get the word. It's our goal to make all of our ministries accessible on every smartphone, tablet, PC, and television connected to the internet. So whether you're a man who needs some wisdom, a woman who needs some encouragement, or a couple who needs guidance, the My Church channel has just what you need. Simply search for the My Church channel on Roku, Fire Stick, or Apple TV, or visit mychurchchannel.org. You can also download the My Church on the Go app from Apple or Google Play App Store. Constantly on the move? Check out the Word at My Church podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Or simply download the Word at My Church skill on your Alexa-enabled device. But whatever you do, make sure to stay connected. See you soon.
Stop walking in front of the prophet.
Oh, yeah.
All right, family. Good God Almighty, don't hurt nobody. This is the Akintunde Show. And we are super excited to be here on this fine Tuesday morning. Tuesday, what is this? August the 22nd, 2023. That is the show day. Listen, Healthy Laughter season has officially begun. Let me send a big, huge shout out to our sponsors, Wellsprings Family Medicine, Woods Automotive Sales, Be Insured for Life Health Agency, Linked Up Church, P&B Promotionals, Presley Cares Mortuary, KRJ Consulting, SGRX Saves, Chris and Brenda Bethel, Jamie and Tamika Isaac Divine, and our community partner, Able SC. If you want to get more information, log on to healthylaughtercomedy.com, healthylaughtercomedy.com. You're going to be hearing a lot about Healthy Laughter in the next coming days, coming weeks, because we are officially in Healthy Laughter season. We kick off on September 3rd with Marcus D. Wiley, who will be our headliner for First Sundays, our special guest headliner for First Sundays. Following week, that week will be the 9th. We're having a power walk exercise day plus a comedy show. I want the men to come out and represent. Let me tell y'all something. I got a special treat that I'm going to tell y'all about. I got a Hall of Fame, an NFL Hall of Famer who will be joining the brothers on this Power Walk Day. Thank you again to Wellsprings Family Medicine for facilitating this. I'm going to tell y'all who it is in a little bit later. But when I say legendary NFL Hall of Famer, I'm talking about particularly to the old heads like myself. We will immediately recognize and remember. And I'm just excited that he is lending his time and his namesake and his identity, connecting it with Healthy Laughter and men's health in particular, which is his mantra. And we're talking about everybody for Healthy Laughter, but he's a big proponent of men's health, and I'll tell y'all who that is in just a little bit. Of course, the following week, it is our community day, so there'll be vendors, there'll be free food, there'll be more exercising, and there'll be a comedy show as well. Then on the 23rd, it will be our live filming, the beginning of production of our Healthy Laughter stand-up comedy series. Huge shout out to Mr. Don Jackson and Central City Productions of Stellar TV, who will be coming down. They're sending us not just our camera crew, which is great, but we're going to have their crew, their directors, their equipment. This whole studio will look completely different on that particular day. And I'm just excited to see what their set designers are going to do here. Again, one of the great things about exposure is you learn different things and you see different things and you catch things from another perspective. Y'all listen, it's time to get this thing started. I got to bring my people up to the screen. They're in the house. They've been here for a while, y'all. Man, it's 10:34. Oh, we deep into the show. Somebody's still logging in. Listen, Elevate with Donna J. Y'all know it as producer, co-host Donna J is in the building. Pastor Lewis Tucker, he is the founder of My Church Lynchburg and the brand new My Church channel. Pastor Tucker, Donna J, how y'all doing? Good morning, family.
I'm doing okay.
Right,
bring me up in Clubhouse.
I'm gonna bring you up in Clubhouse. Okay, all right. Yes. I don't know, something's going on with the audio here. Don't worry, we'll have a nice, lovely meeting when we finish. Yes. Talk about all these little issues. But yeah, good. How you doing? What's going on, Donna? You feeling good?
I'm feeling good. How about you?
I feel great.
Glad to have you back. The people missed you.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I miss y'all too. I got some great rest. Doing my found out last week that I had COVID. Yes. And then the day I found out, I got a box from Pastor Tuck with these big old juice.
Yes.
Immune Uncle Matt's immune defense juice package. And I jumped right on him. I jumped right on that, and then shout out to Dr. Daniels, who is my personal doctor. He sent me a packet a prescription for Paxlovid. Paxlovid.
Okay.
Which is what they recommend for people over 50 if you get COVID. Jump on it quick. So I jumped on that, and then I just took the advice of Eunice, my mama, my children, Pastor Tuck, even Donna. All y'all was like, sit still.
That's right.
And you know what I did, y'all? I watched movies for like 2 days straight. I watched. You know what I was watching, y'all?
What?
I was watching old westerns. I watched like Who Shot Liberty Vance. I watched the shootout at the OK Corral. I watched Hondo. I watched like 7 John Wayne movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wait a minute, Pilgrim. Slow down there. Don't you go out there. You need a gun. If you're gonna take up with that man, he's quick on the draw. You need a gun. I really enjoyed those movies. Like I watched like a whole bunch of them. I know the app was like, hey, what we doing? Okay, this is something new. All right, give him another one.
Yeah, I'd have got plenty of rest.
Wait a minute. You don't like old westerns, Pastor Tuck?
No, sir.
Really?
Oh no! I
Go
love
stay in the
Westerns.
corner. Go stay in the corner, Pastor.
Okay, who's your favorite Western actor, Doc?
I'm ashamed to say it because I know he was.
Say it.
He was a big time racist.
Oh, okay. Well,
John Wayne.
Okay.
That's what I'm sitting there looking at. That's why I'm sitting there looking at him like this.
John Wayne.
Hey,
I'm gonna call Chuck D on you.
You got to call Flavor Flav. Elvis was a hero to most, but he never meant to me. He's a straight up racist. The sucker was simple and plain. Blank him and John Wayne. Like I had no idea that John Wayne was a racist until Flavor Flav said it.
Wow, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Didn't know that either. Well, my favorite, and you're probably gonna have to Google this person.
Who, Montgomery Cliff?
Nope. Audie Murphy.
Audie Murphy.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I gotta Google that.
He was a veteran, and they even have a little like a shrine, his house and everything in Dallas, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
In Dallas. Mm-hmm.
What movies
Audie
did he do?
Murphy.
I'm trying to was he a leading
I can't
man?
Remember? Yes, definitely so. And I can't remember them off the top of my head, but that was my favorite cowboy actor was Audie Murphy.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, I got to research them because I mean I like old movies. I like the approach. One of the movies I watched was Once Upon a Time in the Wild Wild West.
Oh wow!
Which is a movie that was directed by what's his name? He was a big time Western director. Like His style was amazing. Is it Roberto or what is his name? He so stylistic, but he cast Henry Fonda as the villain in this particular Western.
Oh,
and
yeah, Henry Fonda was good.
Oh, Henry Fonda was so good. I had never seen Henry Fonda as a villain.
Yes.
And I mean, as an actor and as an artist, I was like, whoa, like he smashed that.
Yep.
Like I fully believe that Henry Fonda was that dude in the movie. I mean, I'm saying, yo, I watched them back to back, like just Western after Western after Western after Western.
My favorite Western actor was Dion Cole in The Harder They Fall.
First of all,
that's the only Western movie I have enjoyed.
First of all, I I like The Harder They Fall. I did.
Man, that movie was cold as I don't know what. I don't even want to hear you right now. I don't even want to hear you right now. Go stand in the corner.
See,
go stand in the corner.
The problem is, Pastor Tuck,
Go stand in the corner.
I'm a
That
true
movie was
Western
cold.
See, that
connoisseur.
wasn't a true Western.
Yeah.
Yes.
That movie was cold. Go stand in the corner.
Idris was good. Idris was
I'm
good.
trying to tell you, that movie was cold.
Yeah.
That movie was cold. The best scene of that whole movie was my boy was talking about how fast he was. And my man shot him before he could even... I was like, yo. He was talking all that trash. My man was like...
Wow.
I liked it, and it did have some historical relevance because many of the characters in there, even the character that Regina played, was an actual character. I did appreciate that. I mean, you know, it was good. What I didn't see, which was it was fictionalized because the two characters that what's the young brother name? Who Jaleel Tristan? What's the young brother name who is in all the movies? Got in trouble recently. Had a domestic violence situation. What's his name? The guy. He played the villain in the Ant-Man movie.
You're talking about
what's his name? Y'all don't know?
Was he in?
I know his name. Creed
was he in
3.
Creed?
Creed 3.
Yeah. What's his
name?
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. I was about to say Jonathan McReynolds. I was like, there we go. Thank you, Kim.
That would have been Jonathan McReynolds. That would have been something else.
I think Johnny Mac could do it. I think he do. I think he could do it.
Whole different Western.
I mean, so I liked it, but that was a nice twist. That was fictional, but that was a nice twist because they were not actually brothers in real life. Leon said the one who took those pretty mouth pictures. He let them boys get him just before they took him down too. Yeah, he let them. Yeah. That's why I tell you, man, stand your ground, fella. Stand your ground, because as you can see, they will turn on you quick.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there.
What?
Before we post your picture again.
What picture?
Don't go there. They got you.
Hey, okay. Well, they. But again, they didn't put those out. I held those pictures back. I put them out on myself for comic value. Yeah, them pictures were taken 20 years ago.
But the fact that they got you, the fact that they got you.
No, I had them. I had the picture. They got me, and I had the picture. I was like, this. Nobody ever see this. There's some other old fruity pictures I took some years ago that a photographer got me. I was like, these will never see the light of day. You think I'm gonna let my comedian friends get their hands on this right here? The devil is a lie. Oh no!
Did you say fruity pictures?
Fruity, yeah.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah, bro. Don't let these stylists. When you go on these photo shoots for these labels and these movies, and you have these stylists. I'm like, I got an idea. No, you don't, player. No, I ain't wearing that. No, sir. No, I ain't putting that on. No. If you turn your body in a way that you feel feminine, tell me, nah, bro, we ain't doing this little move right here. No, sir. That ain't how we roll. Tell them jokers, no, be comfortable enough with yourself and who God is in your life and say, no, we not doing that.
First of all, ain't no dude dressing me.
No, I won't say that. No.
You gotta have a stylist.
Yeah. You can
need a stylist.
You can let a man dress you, Pastor Tuck. A man might have or a woman. It don't matter who dressing you. I mean, they got your style, they got your look. That's fine. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if they put they come in with some clothes and they hang them up. It's like, what you think about that, Pastor Tuck? Just like, no sir, can't do it, player.
You got to check his swag from the jump.
But you have to make sure that the photographer is taking pictures for what the campaign and not for himself.
Exactly.
What he likes.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
If the stylist jib is crooked from the jump, no sir, buddy. I don't like the cut of your jib, buddy. Right? I don't like the cut of your jib, buddy.
Oh wow.
Celeste Kane said, "True Grit was mine. I was the bold talk for one-eyed fat man." True Grit is that a recent one? Is that a recent?
True Grit. That's John Wayne.
No, that's
I did see. I just saw True Grit. I just saw True Grit. True Grit was that was the one he played the aging killer. When no. True Grit was the one where the little girl hired him.
The girl hired him.
And so there's an updated version of
they
True
did
Grit.
remake it. Yeah, that's what they said. They did remake it
with Matt Damon and who played Matt Damon played LeBou, and what's my man name? What's old boy name? Y'all tell me who the not Carradine, not Carradine, Bridges, Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges played the lead. I forgot who the little girl was. And the actual, I seen both of them because I forgot that I had saw the updated movie when I started watching the old movie, and I actually like the old movie better. It was very good dialogue, very interesting. The little girl was good in this, just as a little girl was good in the update. So yeah, they did. It was a good remake. So again, how many of y'all like westerns? How many of y'all are not like Pastor Tuck? Y'all not a hater on western movies? Drop in the comments if y'all like westerns, either on Facebook or on YouTube or on Clubhouse. I want to know because I don't talk about it much, but I really do enjoy westerns. And I had a ball. I probably like 3 days. I said 2 days, probably 3 days. 3 days before I kind of started moving around and really, Unissa let me come out the room a little bit.
She said, "Stay up in there."
She was serious too. She was like, "Don't come down here." Like I went downstairs. She's like, "Go back upstairs. You quarantine." I'm like, "Man," I went back upstairs.
Contaminating the house.
I had a mask on and I wasn't touching nothing, but I just came downstairs. Jaleel was moving around me like I had a booger on my hand, like so.
Jaleel was walking around with that outbreak suit on.
Well, let me tell you something about Jaleel. The way Jaleel plays Jaleel wing of the house is one section. That's all his. So he got like his bedroom, and he got his own bathroom right there. So he really, you really could go a few days and don't see Jaleel. But I realized one day when I came out the room, it wasn't that I hadn't seen him. He was avoiding me. So when I came out the room, he was
good move, Jaleel. Good move, Jaleel.
He already
watched them jokers.
He already had mask on. I said, "Oh, okay, that's okay." I said, "Okay." I said, "Hey, I get it." I said, Then Elijah was calling me COVID Barry. Hey, COVID Barry, you supposed to be out the room?
Elijah was patient zero. How you gonna talk trash?
Right, exactly.
Right. He was started in the house. He was the outbreak monkey. But I really did enjoy myself. I watched several westerns. What else did I watch? I watched something else too. I watched something else.
Ashton Bailey said Ock wasn't allowed to breathe the good air.
That's about the size of it too.
Yes.
That's real talk right there.
But there's some people make, when I went back to work, I was like, I wonder if people gonna treat me like I got the cooties. And when I was going, I was like, people gonna treat me like I got the cooties.
Did they?
Some people, like I'm a hugger, and a lot of people are huggers at my job.
Hey, okay.
So they would hug. But some people just hug me anyway.
Okay.
And some
How you
people was like,
doing?
"Hey, how you doing?"
Right. Hey.
I was like, "Oh, you think I got the cooties?"
Right.
But mostly everybody was very welcoming, and they came within reach, and they hugged. So a lot of people hugged and everything because they hadn't seen me for 3 weeks. And
wow, it was 3 weeks. Wow. Yeah.
So they were like, okay, So I feel like that they were okay with, they felt like I was good.
When did you feel like? When did you feel like you started feeling better? Like officially feeling better? I know when you told me, but personally, when did you start feeling like yourself?
Myself, I probably like the 3 weeks it took me to feel like myself.
Wow.
Because I was tired, and Pastor Tuck would call me, almost on a daily basis. We would talk, and and I would just tell him, I'm so tired. I'm just tired. I'm here. He was like, how you doing? I was like, I'm tired. But that's what it was. He was like, just rest, rest. And I drank those juices that he sent. Same juices, and I even recommend, like Jenna, my daughter, she had a little cold, and I said, I don't know if it's COVID, but get these juices, and she got them.
Yep.
It's like she said they're good. I said they are good, but they work.
They good and they work.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
thank you, Dr. Tucker.
Yeah. right, Dr. Tucker. You could really start your own juice line, Dr. Tucker.
Did I not say that when I first met him and Yo was talking about juices, and I said he should start his own juice line? Did I not say that?
Start private labeling, or you can just if you don't start your own line, you can just put together your own bundle and then resell it. Yeah, Tucker's bundle.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey man, I told y'all I'm a fruitologist.
Yes, that's what I was like.
Exactly.
Do your fruit.
Yeah.
People will buy it too. People will buy it.
Take them oranges off though. Nobody don't need them oranges. Now let the doggone candy oranges.
I told you. That's what Papa Earl said the other day when you were on the show. Papa said, "See if y'all have bought them oranges, y'all have been all right."
Been all right.
I will say this. Shout out to Papa Earl, Mom Earl. They would crown the belle of the king and queen of the 50-year anniversary, the 50-year graduation class reunion.
Yeah, they were
They had the
beautiful.
class reunion. Yep.
Yes.
Shout out to them. But I will say this. I think some dietary changes that I made a few weeks prior to is why I had such a smooth COVID, I believe. Because it was just like it, I didn't feel well, but it was by no means was it like some bad, rough COVID experience that I've heard so many people had. So I think eating differently definitely contributed positively to a smooth. Because like I said, it just forced me to take some rest. But again, like Unissa, I have no cough. I never really had a bad cough.
Wow.
Unissa's still coughing.
Wow.
So I think that's a part of it. I think because when your body's a little bit cleaner, or you have your body's is able to fight for itself a little bit better, and then you add to that those juices that had what did that juice have? Ginger. That ginger.
It has ginger, turmeric, and pineapple juice.
Yeah, that worked too. It cleaned right on out.
I felt good. I felt good after that. It was like everything was coming up, and I was like, okay, this is good. All the mucus and the congestion cleared up.
Yeah, it is.
And I was like, yes, this is it right here.
Mocha Tosser say, y'all already know eating differently is the key. Your immune system has a chance to do what it does. There it is. Good morning, Mother E. Talk about eating differently and eating right. Mother E been eating right for years, and it shows too.
Yes.
Leon Campbell says, so true, Marvin. I'm from New York and feel the same way about Westerns. Oh, okay. Marvin hating on Westerns? Oh, okay. Marvin, I'm from New York. We don't watch Western movies. Yosemite Sam was my favorite Western character. Marvin, that don't count.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on
I'm
that.
from New York too, and we like Audie Murphy.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
Y'all, you know what? What we should do is we should get together is on a Zoom, or like a virtual movie night. And certain movies we should watch. You should have to watch them. Like you have to watch the whole movie and then discuss it. I guarantee you will enjoy it. Y'all just haven't watched any good ones. Pastor Tuck, if you watch, I'm gonna send you about 4 Western movies. Old, they real old. And you will enjoy them. I watched McClintock. You remember McClintock? What about Bonanza? Y'all did you ever watch Bonanza, Pastor Tuck? Lil Joe?
No.
Hoss Cartwright?
Oh man.
Huh? Adam?
I've been in the room with these shows on because my dad used to watch them, but like I said, they were not my shows.
Y'all tripping.
The Big Valley.
The Big Valley.
That was mine because Barbara Stanwyck, she was the boss back then.
Yes.
She was the boss.
Yes. The Big Valley. I never forget the Bonanza lasted. Watch this, y'all. Put this in TV money. 14 seasons.
Woo, yep.
So you gotta recognize this. I've always had this thing since I was a kid. If I can look at the show and I don't see me on the show, it ain't my show.
Wow.
Yeah, well, Pastor Tuck.
We didn't have us back then. We had to watch something.
Yeah, you black folks wasn't really on TV strong until the early to mid 1970s. Even that was still only a fraction of the entire lineup.
You got to think about it. Till the mid 1970s was when we really started watching TV.
True that. That is true. Well, Donna, to correct that.
I was watching TV. I mean, we watch what we
I'm
had to
talking
watch.
about me and you, Ak. We were born in 71.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
so when we actually started watching TV was the mid 70s. So
I was watching TV then.
That's the reason. See, I didn't grow up like my daddy, where you didn't have no choice. I had a choice. So what were my favorite TV shows? The TV shows where I could look at the TV and see me.
Those,
yes.
Sure, Sanford and Son and
the Jeffersons.
Yep.
Those were my favorite shows.
I could even deal with Archie Bunker because it had a joker like me on it talking trash.
Jefferson. Yes.
Oh, he was only on there for a few episodes.
That's all right, but he was on it. When he was on it, he was talking trash.
But here's the thing, though. My mama introduced me. We used to watch the reruns. By the time in the 70s, Bonanza was in repeats. Okay, so we would watch, Bonanza repeats, The Big Valley, all those shows. We didn't have cable. We didn't have cable. Man, I don't think we got cable until I probably was like at the house. I probably was about 19, 20. Yeah. So I grew up without cable. Only time we had cable was when I went to my aunt's house, and my aunt had cable, and then my grandparents didn't have cable. My grandma didn't have cable.
We got satellite when I was about 17, because I bought the satellite.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Nice.
You brought a satellite.
I was working for a company. I was installing satellite systems.
Hold on, y'all.
So I bought my mom and daddy one of them big 9-foot dishes.
Y'all don't understand something.
The big planet.
I installed it.
Young people have no clue of how big satellites were back in the day. Them suckers was huge. I'm talking about there was as big as 4 or 5 people in your yard. Four large men in a huge disc, and that sucker you had to turn it. And if it rained, you had to go adjust it. And if you want to watch HBO, you had to turn it this way. If you want to watch Cinemax, you had to turn it back this way. It's a huge, huge undertaking.
My senior year in high school, I worked for a TV store, and that's what I did. I went out and I installed satellite dishes.
Interesting.
And we actually were going to a trade show, and I won a satellite dish.
Wow.
As a door prize.
Wow.
And so I installed my mom and daddy's satellite dish in their yard myself. I installed it.
Wow.
And like I said, so we had our own articulate. You had to go outside. Like I said, you could push the button, and they had a motor on it, moving everything.
Look at that.
I did all that.
Look at that.
Wow. See, that's the early engineering symptoms. That's when you find out.
That's how I ended up going down this road.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you,
interesting.
my first. I just wanted to throw this in because we were talking about westerns, but my first celebrity sighting ever in my life, was Lorne Green.
Get out!
Yes, I was working at this place in Greenport on Long Island called the Arcade, and the Arcade was like you could buy everything, jeans, some groceries, but you could buy everything, lawn furniture, everything. And Lorne Green came in there, and people was like, "Oh, Lorne Green is in here. Lorne Green is in here."
What?
And they went out. And I looked out there. I was like, "Oh my God, it's Ben Cartwright!"
Wow, you met Paul? Wow.
And I bet you Jaleel has no clue who Lorne Green is.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
But back in the day, he was considered like
he was a legend.
He was a major celebrity.
Yeah.
J-Lo, P Diddy. He was considered a major celebrity.
Yeah, he he had he used to do those. I think it was Alpo commercials or something like that.
Was it the dog food gravy train?
Yeah. Gravy train or something like that.
Gravy train or something like that. I think. Yeah.
Wow, you met Lorne Green. So you talked to him?
I just went up to him. I was like, "Hi," that was it. I was like, Lorne Green. That was my first.
Agree.
I had never, and I probably was about 15, because it was like one of my my very first real job.
Wow.
So I was like 15 or 16, and he came in. I had never seen a celebrity before, never.
Right.
So here is this man that we watch on TV, and here he's standing right there in front of me, and it was just like, oh my God.
Yeah. See, back then people respected a celebrity. You could do a show like that and literally you skate off that forever. You ain't had to eat to pay to get nothing. You ain't had to pay for your food.
Yep.
I mean, you talking about you was a celebrity forever off one TV show.
Right.
You and then if all else fails, you could do them insurance commercials.
Right.
If all else fails, your money ever get tight, and you can do them reverse mortgages and them insurance commercials. And right off into the sunset.
You got it.
Now a joker that sold 8 million records, been on 2 or 3 TV shows, and
don't worry about it.
And they don't care nothing about you.
Don't worry about it. He can still sell them jacked up car those warranties.
Them car warranties. Oh yeah. Ice-T riding that. Ice-T like shit.
I'm like, bruh, stop it.
Sure.
Stop it.
But let me tell you something. I was saying this the other day. I said, God, you know what? I said, God, I want me a spokesperson deal, God. I wouldn't mind being a spokesperson for someone. I take me a reverse mortgage.
I don't think my integrity would allow me to do one of them commercials.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do no reverse. I couldn't do no reverse mortgage. I couldn't do a reverse mortgage and sleep good because I don't think I
could do the car warranty, car shield. No, bro, we're not doing that.
Yeah, you can do it if they paid you enough. You can do it.
The car warranty commercial. What is it? I mean, what's bad about that?
It's nothing.
Yeah,
you paying a car note. You paying a car note for a warranty on a regular car, bro. Go get you another car just in case, bro.
If you want to keep that car,
your sponsors. You need your
if
sponsors.
you want to keep that car.
And speaking of sponsors,
there we go. Thank you, Donna, for getting
Yeah. Before you pay car shield, go see Lester.
Tristan, bring me the sponsor sheet right there on the desk, right there.
There you go.
Before you pay car shield, go see Lester.
Thank you, ma'am. There we go. Looking for promotional products and apparel? Look no further than P&B Promotionals. Place your brand and logo on just about anything with P&B Promotionals. Over 800,000 products. Hats, mugs, backpacks, cups, drinking glasses, lip balm, chewing gum, candy, and of course, t-shirts. P&B Promotionals is a nationally certified advertising institution. Log on to pbpromotionals.com and start your order now. pbpromotionals.com. Imprinting the best for less. I'll let Donna tell you about Leslie when we come back from break. When we come back from break, y'all, we got to get into a couple of show topics for the day. I want to particularly hear from the parents on this. Like, when does it become about the kids and not about us as adults? And I really want to know what y'all think about. Do you think it's appropriate for children to have cell phones banned in schools? So apparently there were a sprinkle of schools that had the cell phone ban, but now this year coming back, a lot of schools have taken up this cell phone ban. And I'm like, yeah. One of the schools, or some of the schools, they got the little bags. Have y'all seen the cell phone bags, Donna?
No.
You seen that, Pastor Tuck?
You got to put your cell phone in a bag before you go in?
You walk in school and you have to put your cell phone in the bag, and the bag locks. You cannot open the bag until after school, where you walk by a special scanner that unlocks the bag. It's the same technology that some comedians are using for their live concerts, because they don't want people recording them. But that's only really the major, the bigger name comics like your Dave Chappelle's, your Chris Rocks, and your Kevin Hart's. But let's get into it when we come back, y'all. What do y'all think? Should we ban phones in school? Y'all think this is appropriate? And I'm also going to talk about these people who put lace fronts and giving newborn babies haircuts. Hey family, call your mama, call your daddy, call your auntie, and let them know. That's Donna J. That's Pastor Lewis Tucker. I'm Ak. This is the Akintunde Show. Columbia, South Carolina, it's official. Healthy Laughter season has begun. The Healthy Laughter National Stand-Up Comedy Tour comes home to Columbia, South Carolina this September. There'll be comedy showcases, free health screenings, power walk exercise days, plus the beginning of production of our national stand-up comedy television series, Healthy Laughter, laughing your way to a healthier life. To get more information, log on to healthylaughtercomedy.com. That's healthylaughtercomedy.com. And a huge thank you to our sponsors, community partners, and supporters. Wellsprings Family Medicine, Woods Automotive Sales, Be Insured for Life Health Agency, Linked Up Church, P&B Promotionals, Presley Cares Mortuary, KRJ Consulting, SGRX Saves, Chris and Brenda Bethel, Jamie and Tamika Isaac Divine, Able SC. It's Healthy Laughter Homecoming, Columbia, South Carolina. It's your brother Akintunde. And until showtime, I'ma see y'all when I see y'all. Peace. Looking for promotional products and apparel? Look no further than P&B Promotionals. Place your brand and logo on just about anything with P&B Promotionals. Over 800,000 products. Caps, travel mugs, drawstring bags, water bottles, stadium cups, umbrellas, tote bags, and t-shirts. P&B Promotionals is a nationally certified advertising company. Log on to pbpromotionals.com and start your order now. pbpromotionals.com.
Imprinting the best for less.
All right, family.
Stop walking in front of the prophet.
Oh, yeah.
All right, y'all. Pop Earls is hilarious. Pop Earls is hilarious. It's about good morning. Does Ice-T and Vivica Fox need a car shield? They might. They might be trying to hold on to their car. Try to put some more miles on that car. Get as much as they can, as much wear and less tear out their cars they possibly can. Ope said that's perfect. Yes, ban it in schools. I hear you, Ope. There it is. Mocha says yes, ban phones in school. Ope says it's a distraction. Kids can't concentrate. I agree with that 1,000%. Mocha Tossa says ban it. Mother E said that's so true. Keep your body with clean and healthy foods. If you get ill, it'll be mild symptoms. There it is. Yeah. Somebody was talking about Lauren Green. Marvin Jones talking about so Lauren Green is a man. The name Marvin. Wait, Marvin. Hold on, Marvin.
What?
Marvin, you don't know who Lauren Green is?
Oh man.
Marvin, we the same age. I might be a little bit older. Marvin, you should know who Lauren Green is.
Yes.
Bonanza, Marvin. Pastor Chuck fan like he didn't like Bonanza.
That used to be the jam.
I guarantee you, Pastor Chuck sat there quietly and watch Hoss and Adam and Lil Joe, that tight green jacket on, them tight beige pants. Come on now, you remember that show? It was skinny jeans before they were skinny jeans.
Pastor
Not
Chuck,
a fan of shows where they didn't bathe but once a month.
Pastor Chuck, you could play Hoss. Hoss was boss. He was.
Yeah.
He was
you know
like,
what?
ain't nobody mess with him.
You know what?
When
Pastor
he came
Chuck,
around.
If Pastor Chuck shaved his beard and mustache, Donnie, he could pull off Hoss. Yeah, he could pull off
Hoss
Hoss.
was the big guy. He was like,
Jaleel, find a picture. Find a picture of Hoss Cartwright.
If we're gonna do a black western, then I'm with you.
Jaleel, find a picture of Hoss Cartwright. Dan Blocker. What's his real name? Dan Blocker. Find a picture of Hoss Cartwright. I want you to do a split screen, Jaleel, between Pastor Tuck right now and a picture of Hoss and Hoss Cartwright. Yeah, you know what? He got the shoulders. That's some Hoss Cartwright shoulders right there all day.
All right.
How did we get on this?
You was watching TV.
I was watching the old movies.
That's it. That's what happens when you watch TV.
COVID. That's what that is. These are the effects of COVID, people. Be safe in these streets.
Westerns.
Marvin said, I didn't watch Westerns. Old Lil Joe and Horse, not Hoss. It was Hoss. Haas. Hoss. The Cartwrights. There it is. Yeah. Pop Earls, you didn't like Bonanza?
Oh man.
Pop Earls, you didn't like Bonanza? I can't believe that. Man. Yeah.
Did y'all like the Big Valley? Like Barbara Stanwyck, that was my show for real, because she was the boss back when there was no like women leading roles that were tough like that. She owned all that land. Her husband left her all that land.
Yeah.
She ran things. She ran them boys.
Yep.
And she had the beautiful daughter.
What was her daughter's name?
Audra.
There it is. Yeah. I remember the last episode of that, I saw Audra was about to get married. And then something happened just before she was. Them the type of shows. Anytime the main characters was something about to happen, something always messed it up.
They can't get married.
Like I was so surprised when Thelma got married to Keith.
Oh,
I'm like, man, Keith lasted. Like, what happened? I think they brought Keith in to replace James.
Yeah, they needed another male model, role model or whatever on there.
But of course, she married Keith and ruined his life.
No, JJ. on their wedding day.
Yeah,
I'm like,
she did ruin his life.
That was a boy.
It was.
He gonna be trying to pull them out the ghetto. They don't pull them in.
God, I did remember that.
Yep.
I'm like, that's why I had such a problem with Good Times. I'm like, come on, man.
That was
How that supposed
depressing.
to work?
That was.
She found a
Where
good
these
man.
Good times at? Where are these good times at?
Wow.
Yep.
She found a good man. They moving out.
Yep.
And then Keith trips over JJ
On his wedding day.
on his wedding day.
Next thing you know, this man drinking liquor out the bathroom toilet.
That's depressing.
A pro athlete. He was doing it.
Oh,
That's why
God.
I'm like, how do y'all love these shows? These are depressing, man.
You the
I'm
one
like,
said. You the ones. We were talking about Bonanza. Bonanza ain't had no depressing scenes. You the one talking about good times. And did y'all got the picture? Okay, hold on. We have the picture. Clubhouse. Go to Facebook. We about to do a side by side. Pastor Tuck
You got to see
and
it.
Hoss Cartwright. Go ahead. Let's go to the full
I
screen.
wish we could have gave Hoss Cartwright a
y'all is a piece of work. Y'all is a piece of work. Y'all is a piece of work.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Wow. We now know who Pastor Tucker's doppelganger is. It's Hoss Cartwright. If Pastor Tuck shaved that beard.
I was gonna say that. If he shaved that beard.
If he shaved that beard and put on a hat.
It's all right. I'll go pay for that one.
Oh, listen, this is what we need. I'm trying, Pastor Tuck. If we can get $20,000 in sponsorships, would you shave the beard and do a photo shoot? If I can get $20,000 sponsorship, Pastor Tuck.
He said no.
20 grand. You can grow that beard back in 3 months. 20 grand. 20 grand. I'm gonna talk to Pastor Stephanie. Tristan said Tristan said go for it. Let me try to see if I can find this money. You wouldn't do it? You don't think you should do it? Oh, I think he should do it.
He wouldn't do it. He ain't gonna do it because Pastor Tuck ain't
you
about
feel
the
understand.
money.
I have not shaved all the hair off my face but once in my entire life.
Woo.
This is why we can't never get to the show topic because the lunacy like this right here. Because I really want to dig in on this. Let's figure out how much money it would take to get Pastor Tuck's beard.
There's
Pastor
not
Tuck,
an amount.
Pastor Tuck, would you raise money for St. Jude? Would you raise money for a church that's in need? Would you raise money for Hawaii, Pastor Tuck? If we can get about $100 grand, you see the numbers raising. If we can get $100 grand to shave your beard.
No, no.
You wouldn't shave your beard for Hawaii, Pastor Tuck? For what about the United Negro College Fund?
No, sir. No, sir.
He said no.
This is Papa Earl said chocolate horse.
See? Now y'all have to do a spoof. Y'all got to do a spoof. Y'all got to do a spoof on the Western, on Bonanza. Y'all got to do a spoof.
Mama said leave me alone.
Y'all got to do it. You got to do the spoof.
Oh my God. Oh, she's GoFundMe page for a bald Pastor Tuck, and we're gonna give the money for a good cause.
A bald face.
Or we can just keep it. You just keep it. Keep the money, Pastor Tuck. Go ahead and keep it.
Look, Pastor Stephanie said we got resources and cutting my baby's beard ain't it.
I'm gonna start a campaign. I'm gonna start a campaign. See, I'm right here sweating. I'm seeing if we can get Pastor Tuck to cut his beard off.
Pastor Tuck.
There you go. Thanks, Leo.
Pastor Stephanie and Mama Earl said y'all gonna leave that baby alone.
Look, Pastor Tuck, you got to turn your body in the camera just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Put the hat on.
Just turn your body a little bit.
You look like Hoss the villain. You look like Hoss Cartwright the
All
villain.
right, I'm gonna let y'all hate y'all day, but I'm gonna tell you, both of y'all know how I go. Stay back to something else.
Oh, you had this coming for a little bit. You done got me on a couple occasions.
Oh no, you ain't seen the hand. And you know my technological abilities, so you and daughter better watch out. And you know Jaleel, my boy, so you better watch.
You know what? What we can do is, here's what we're gonna do. Let's find an AI app that will blend, that would take Pastor Tuck beard off digitally, and then we can just recreate the whole Hoss Cartwright image.
And we got to get Jason Earls, because I said Jason Earls, the State Farm guy. That State Farm guy. That's Jason Earls all the way. Sorry, Pop Earls and Mom Earls, but that's State Farm guy. That's Jason.
Come on,
that's your grandson. We need to talk to Jason.
Look, Mom Earls said, "Get to the morning topic and leave my son alone."
Jaleel keep putting it up. Jaleel.
Putting it up.
Jaleel was enjoying this. This is the level of foolishness that happens here. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The Akintunde Show brought to you by Woods Automotive, one of our sponsors for Healthy Laughter. Go ahead, Johnny J. Take it away, ma'am.
Hey, are you in need of a quality used vehicle? Well, consider my friends at Woods Automotive Sales. That's right. Whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle, foreign or domestic, Woods can get you rolling. Just give them a call at 803-401-5837, 803-401-5837, or just stop by and see Lester at 802 Hazelwood Road in Columbia, South Carolina. Woods Automotive Sales, you're guaranteed to ride with a smile.
There it is.
You and Donna better check the next package y'all get for me real careful before y'all open it.
I have to stand back. Let me know, open this too fast.
Be like the episode of Yellowstone. Don't open that. Don't open that. Don't open that.
I'm going to call Jenna. Jenna, I got a package I need you to open. Come on.
Oh my God.
You least expect.
Look at Leon talking about, we just having jokes and advertising today. Said a topic-free show.
Okay. All right. We're good. We're going in with the cell phone. Well, I did that great cold opening about the cell phones, and now we're going into
an hour ago. What the question is, though, what do y'all think, though? Like, should there be a total cell phone ban in school? Y'all know my answer, because I got a cell phone ban in the workplace.
That's right.
Right. So
I think for one, if you look at the technology that you talked about as far as like the lock bags, I like that idea. I don't like the fact that you got to go by the scanner to unlock it. I think they ought to have something where the administration ought to be able to unlock them remotely.
Okay.
Like they ought to be able to send a signal throughout the school and unlock them. So in case of emergency,
right,
they wouldn't have to go somewhere else if they were able to just send a signal throughout the school to unlock them.
Right.
So if they needed to, in the case of emergency, I think that would be a better system.
Right.
But I love the idea that they have to put them in a bag, lock them, and that's the end of it. And I think if they did that, even if you had something in each classroom, or like I say, in the classrooms, where almost like when the bell sound,
right?
When you go in the classroom, the teacher say, "Okay, everybody, put your cell phone in the bag."
Yeah,
and then when the bell sound, the bag's locked. When class is over, the bag's unlocked. You can use your phone in between. When you get in the next class, same, have that as a protocol.
Right.
And then, like you said, in the case of an emergency, the administration can, send the signal out.
Right.
I think that would be something that would be a real good system to have.
But wouldn't it be better if they did it as soon as they got in the building? The reason why I say that is because you might have some children who may not put it back in the bag in between classes, or they might figure out a workaround.
No, what I'm saying, in the class, that's something the teachers have to do, just like they roll call. Everybody, get out your cell phone, put it in the bag.
Yeah.
But
see, the way this system is you when you get in the building, you have to then put the phone in the bag, and then it locks at that point. And then so it's like the bag is locked from there. They said now the one workaround that they did say, and I say, okay, somebody figure this out. they found in some bags, they found just a cell phone case. So they kept the phone out and put the case in. Now, I can see how that could work. That could be a workaround, but there should be a way to even trick that, whether that's with a weight or the weight of the bag or something like that. You know.
Well, I mean that's the thing. You gonna have kids that's gonna try to beat the system.
Right.
But the thing is, if you try to beat the system and we catch you with your phone, you done lost phone privileges. Period.
Yeah.
We take your phone. And at that point, your parent got to come back into the school to get your phone.
Right.
Right. Now,
and if you get caught with a phone after that, you suspended.
So,
I mean,
now, what do y'all think about this?
We got to
Because
put policies in place at that point.
Yes.
you know, so there is when my children were in school, if they well, first of all, my children didn't have phones nobody had phones until they were 8 or 16. But I remember during that time, they had a phone policy, whereas if you got caught with the phone, you didn't get the phone back to the end of the semester.
Wow.
Now, what y'all think about that? All the parents in the room, Clubhouse, YouTube, Facebook.
I wouldn't have a problem with it, but see, the problem you're gonna have with policies like that is the parents.
Right.
Right.
Because now you're gonna have a parent up here all up in your face.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get
You're not gonna have my phone. You're not gonna have my kid's phone. I don't pay money for.
Right. That's my child phone.
That's what. Yeah, and that's the problem in all of this because, you know, we talking about all this, and even when you started with the show talking with the haircuts and all this kind of stuff, my problem with all of this is the parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we dealing with a situation where you got children,
Right.
and parents don't even realize what their job is with a child these days.
Right.
Yeah.
Your job is to develop that child into a healthy, successful
Right.
individual that is capable of surviving without you
Right.
in the world.
Right. Right.
That's your job
Right.
as a parent.
Right.
Is to develop them, and they're more interested in how they look, their happiness,
Right.
placating
How they feel.
them,
Yep.
you know, pacifying them,
Yeah.
you know, occupying
Yep.
them,
Yep.
doing whatever they got to do to keep them out of their hair, giving them the things they didn't have,
Right. Right.
Oh, yeah,
and all of these
that.
other things.
That's it.
You're more worried about those things than their actual well-being and their capabilities.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're not developing them, you're actually weakening them. Because the fact that they got cell phones at these ages, who are they talking to? You don't even know who you've given them access to.
Right.
Right. Right.
You don't know what you've given access to them.
Right.
And
Right.
why are you giving it to them? And look at what you're paying for. You're paying a monthly payment,
Yeah.
not only for the service, but most of the time for the phones.
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
So you're paying at most times you're looking at people are paying at least $1,200 a year, at minimum, $1,200 a year
Yeah.
that you're paying for a kid to have a phone.
Right.
And at what
And
cost?
that's just minimum.
What's the cost to them in terms of their focus, their ability to focus? What is the cost to them in their addiction to dopamine, which is the hormone that's released into your brain when you sit there listen on a phone for hours and hours at a time?
Right.
But hold on, but when you start adding up the money, talking about the phone, the games, the shoes, all of these things, the haircuts,
Right.
the lace fronts,
Right.
all of the stuff that you put money into,
Right.
And then if somebody actually sit there and talk to you, and I ain't even talking about secular folks, because we know this is a Christian show. We talk to Christian. This is a Christian program.
Right.
We all us believers in here.
Right.
You know, we may have non-believers that's watching us, but we sitting up here, we talking from a believer standpoint.
Right. Right.
So we talking believers, and you're doing all of this stuff, and if somebody actually talk to you about Christian schooling,
Right.
or homeschooling your kids, the first thing you would say out your mouth is what you can't afford.
I can't afford that.
What about paying your tithes?
Yeah. Yeah. Tithes and
your
offerings.
tithes.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna get on paying your tithes. I ain't even gonna get on paying. I'm not even gonna get on paying your tithes because if I said something about paying your tithes, they're gonna think pastor wants your money. That's between you and the Lord. I ain't even talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about What I'm trying to tell you, your responsibility is for your children. Your
For
children.
your children.
Right.
So this is for the benefit of your child.
Yeah.
And the first thing you will tell me is what you can't afford to do. Or, well, everybody can't do what you do, Pastor Chuck. But you take that same money and do stuff that's detrimental to their upbringing and their benefit.
Yeah.
And then when you got a problem in your house, then you want me to fix it.
People do what they want to do. I'm a firm believer. Not some people, there are limits and there are edges that sometimes folks cannot get past or
absolutely.
But I think by and large, people do what they want to do, particularly if you talk about in small bites and making small moves. Because the same amount of money that it takes to have the latest iPhone, that's even so somebody said here, they said, Kimberly mentioned the Apple Watch. Because so if your child's phone is in the bag, the workaround could be the Apple Watch. I definitely see it. But again, I don't think a 16-year-old should have a doggone Apple Watch.
I don't think a 16-year-old should have an Apple phone.
Right. If left up to me, again, like I always say, my children nobody got a phone before the age of 16. If I had to do all over again, I would have waited at a minimum 2 more years. It would have been up till 18 because the phone added no value. And just to be able to say, hey, I'm outside in the Colorado line, or to say, hey, I'm outside after practice. I mean, shoot, get out, walk into school. It's more valuable for me to actually have to get out and walk into school than the distraction and the access to the world and the access the world has to your child by having a phone. I'm a huge proponent of keep your child off that phone as long as you can. Keep your child off that tablet as long as you can. Keep that child off that laptop unsupervised as long as you can, because there ain't nothing good on it.
Right.
But and this is how I handled it. And I know I was extreme with it, because all of us have went through those cycles of having a phone, upgrading your phone, and doing those things. I had a drawer full of old phones.
Right.
And so when I actually got to the point of deciding that I was going to give them a phone, all I did was wipe the phone, went out, established a Gmail, got a Google number, put it on that phone. And so now anytime it was on Wi-Fi, they could text and make a call from that phone. And the thing about it, because it was a Gmail that I set up, every text came back to my phone.
There it go. So ain't no surprise.
And so ain't no surprises.
Yeah.
But,
and the only reason you even need to use this is when you are somewhere outside of my contact.
Correct.
You can't drive.
So, but see, that's old school parenting.
I was going to say that.
That's
the only reason you somewhere is somewhere that I took you. So if I took you somewhere, I know that there's Wi-Fi available.
Yeah. And go ahead, Don. I'm sorry.
But I'm saying that is what we, before this phenomenon. And I know that Pastor Tuck's kids are in their 20s, but now 20-year-olds, even because they're to me, they're on a different level because he raised them differently.
Right.
But you talking about now these 20 and 30-year-olds, just 30-year-old parents and whatnot, they're going to give their kids a cell phone because culture is saying now, social culture is saying, you've got to have one. You got to have one. We got to stay in touch with you. There's this going on and that going on. And they were even talking about in the schools of having, with the phones, one of the things they were saying about why the kids should have a phone would be for, emergencies because of what's happening. But there are also people that are saying that when they have these phones and it's an emergency, they're on the phones. They're not listening to what the instructions of the officials telling them, go here, go there. They're not listening. They're texting, trying to get mom and dad on the phone. So they were saying that's one of the reasons why they want to ban them in the in school because, and that was one of them. The other ones were distractions, of course.
Yeah.
Social media social media. They're always on social media, and they're recording things that are going on, which has been helpful.
Yeah,
recording things going on in the classroom, which has been helpful, and also, but cyberbullying is one of the reasons why they were saying we gotta cut this out, because they're doing it in school and out of school.
Right. And to that point about the cyberbullying, think about this. Back in the day, you got into a fight. It's my word against your word. I said I did this. Man, man, that dude beat you up. No, he did. Yeah, he beat you up. No, he did. Yes, he did. But now today, you can't get into a fight. Now there's a cell phone record of it. Now that video goes viral. So something that was a situation that could have stopped there is now much bigger because there's cell phone videos of this fight going around, and that feeds the drama, feeds the foolishness, and leads to bullying.
But it also,
it also leads to a lot of legal issues. Where, like you said, where it could have just been somebody now in the fight. Now somebody's got a charge.
With some good video evidence of your transgressions that's now being brought into a case. I'm looking here that some notes Donna took here. So cell phones banned in 2020 schools that banned phones has jumped. Schools that ban phones since in 2020 jumped 77%. Wow!
And we thought it wasn't that bad, but it was. People were banning. Schools and districts were banning for cell phones.
Wow!
Up into 2020.
You think about this, and if you spend any time with anybody under 30 years old, sitting in a room, trying to watch a television show.
Oh yeah.
Tell me what your experience has been like.
Yeah, in most cases,
a 30-minute television show.
Yeah.
Distraction.
How many times do you see their head drop to their phone?
Oh yeah, yeah. Cell phones are so bad.
How can you tell me I'm going to teach them in a classroom?
Well, cell phones are so bad with young people today. There's a literal study that showed that more young people have a curvature in their spine right above their shoulders and their neck, into their neck, because they're walking around looking down all the time. And then the funniest thing is the tons of video of people walking and then tripping and falling just because they fell into this, so they tripped over that because they're on their phone the entire time. The number one cause today in car accidents is not alcohol. It's distracted drivers. Distracted drivers, people who are on their phone, looking at their phone as opposed to paying attention. So, and then again, one of the biggest issues, one of the reasons why depression in young men is so high, not the only reason, but one of the reasons, I'm not being insensitive to the mental needs of young men, but one of the reasons why is because of dopamine. When you constantly are consuming video games, television, or on your phone, you're constantly giving yourself dopamine. So when you stop that and you have to do something mundane like work or study or write a paper, it forces your brain goes into a state of withdrawal, and you literally go into a state of mild depression simply because you're not getting a sugar high of dopamine because you're on your phone so much. So I fully agree with these schools that that phones should be banned in school. I think parents should need to deal with it. Shout out to a recent school up in Rock Hill, South Carolina, which is where my daughter lives. We're just 45, 50 minutes up the road from the house, and they schools in Rock Hill have now banned phones. So kudos to you. It may be hard. You may take some flack. I'm sure it's all kind of issues. But again, what's the real reason? What's the real some stuff, y'all? It's not convenient. There are things about parenting that's just not convenient. It is what it is.
I'll say this: it may not be popular, it may not be convenient, but it's going to benefit you in the long haul, and that's the thing you got to recognize.
Yeah,
that's right.
Like I said, we homeschool our kids. It was not popular.
Right.
It was not convenient. And one of the things, even in that homeschooling, like I said, I did a lot of things that were probably extreme. My kids did not touch a calculator until they went to community college in 11th grade.
Say it, sir. Say it again. Say it again. God dog it. I fought that battle in that doggone house.
Y'all ain't hear what I just said.
You don't need no calculator.
My kids never touched a calculator until they went to community college in 11th grade.
Hold on.
Daily I shall.
Let me give you another one.
The first time they used a calculator was when they took the placement test for community college as 11th graders, and they passed the math placement test for community college as 11th graders. Both of my children got associate degrees before they got their high school diplomas.
Say it!
Both of them got full engineering scholarships.
Say it!
And I'm trying to tell you now, and both of them blow anybody out the water in math. And I remember when they took their SATs and they're looking at the other kids in the room when they get to the section that they can't use a calculator, and every other kid in the room is panicking. Because they've never not been able to use a calculator.
Guess what? That's called counterculture parenting.
There it is.
That's called, you have to have a high level of focus to do math at that level. You cannot fall into these sucker games that they feeding us today as parents. You got to stand your ground. You got to put your foot down. And you have to think about, like he said, like Pastor Tuck just said, what about the children in the long run? What are the long-term implications? What do you desire? It's uncomfortable. It don't feel good all the time, and it don't smell good sometimes.
And hold on, because I need to answer this comment right here. Mocha Tosser says, I can't afford to homeschool, nor would I be a good teacher for math. All right. First of all,
I would not be a good math teacher. Yeah.
The curriculum that we use is called Accelerated Christian Education. And the curriculum we use for our kids, you don't have to be a good math teacher. You don't have to be a good English teacher, because all of the curriculum is written in the book. As long as your children can read.
That's it.
Yeah.
As long as you can read.
Yeah.
Everything they need to know is written in the book. The books teach them. You don't have to teach them anything. And what this curriculum does, it teaches them to be accountable for their own learning.
Let me ask you this: was that a part of K-12? Was that or similar to K-12? Because Jaleel used K-12.
No. This curriculum is actually called Accelerated Christian Education. It's a company called Accelerated Christian Education.
Gotcha.
And the concept that they have developed is it's a pace-based curriculum where everything is actually in their paces, and each student grows at their own pace.
Right.
So they don't have to try to keep up with a classroom. They get to do it based on their own pace of learning. But all of their information is actually in the pace that they're actually reading.
At their own pace.
And what it does is it makes the onus of learning on the child. Because when you're sitting in the classroom, I'm sitting up here teaching, you and Donna in the class, you on your phone, you picking with Donna, y'all throwing paper.
Yeah.
And so you catching half of what I'm teaching.
Right. Donna cheat off my test.
And then you going home, and now you're trying to ask your parents to try to show you what I explained to you today.
And they don't know.
They don't know.
And they don't know.
Yeah.
And so that's why you struggle.
Yeah.
And so the key is you're only getting partial of what you're supposed to be learning. And so you're actually progressing through school with a partial education.
You know,
but this is a mastery-based curriculum, because in this book, now, instead of you trying to get what I'm telling you, you have to read every word for yourself.
Now,
and then you actually test it on that information. And then once you get tested on it, if you don't pass that pace, you go back and do it over until you pass it.
I think that you have to figure out also, if you're going to do homeschooling, you have to find a good homeschool community. And you have to, because
absolutely,
you have to have the supportive foundational elements that go along with it, whether that's the socialization.
And I'm not telling everybody homeschooling is for them. Right. I'm just telling you what I'm saying is you got to figure out, because they're a Christian school. There are all kinds of alternatives.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, and even if you're going to do public school, you got to take responsibility for your children. And recognize what's necessary. Because if you're going to send your kid to public school, you can't send them in there with phones and everything else for them to only get part of their education.
The bottom line is
all the time.
But see, here's the thing: whether you homeschooling or public schooling, private schooling, or hybrid, whatever you're doing, you literally are. I'm serious. The studies, history will not shine a positive light on the use of cell phones in young children's lives. I can guarantee you this. There's
Teaching
so
our
much
kids
stuff
to be
coming
lazy
out.
is not going to be it.
No. Speaking of that. Speaking of that. This is the new lazy thing. When I see it, every time I see it, I get upset. Like I passionately want to cuss and snatch the TV off the doggone wall. Okay. Now they have these sketches where they're now marketing the sketches to children, saying, "Hey parents, don't worry about having to teach your kids or struggling to teach your kids or having to tie shoes. Now they got these sketches slip on." Oh, yeah. I'm like, okay, it's bad enough these jokers can't tell time on a regular clock. Okay, but so now you're taking something that was a good thing for older adults who might have had back issues or you're elderly. Yeah, right. you don't need to have to.
You talking about the slip-in shoes?
The slip-in shoes, right? Yeah, there's 10 phenomenal reasons why somebody of a certain age, that is a great asset and value to life. You got an elderly parent or you're an elderly person.
Why are they making these in kids' shoes?
Now sketches have now taken it and they making it. So now you got 4-year-olds out here who will never learn how to tie their doggone shoes. The same way these jokers can't use a regular doggone clock. If you take away them doggone Apple Watches and you take away your phone, and if a joker got to go through town or some area and you got to tell time on a regular clock, the jokers are lost. And these jokers are lost.
That is true. And you know what? I say something too that I see every day at the airport. When people come in with passports and the kids have to sign their names, they have no idea how to sign. Cursive.
They don't teach cursive?
No.
They don't teach cursive.
Who stopped teaching cursive?
They don't even.
Because they started teaching to these standards of learning tests. And they teach to the test. They don't teach them for education any longer.
Good Lord.
And that's one of my big issues with the public school system.
You say they teach to the test, they don't teach to educate.
No,
they don't teach to educate. All they're teaching is for the test.
That's
because
right.
Test scores is how the schools get paid.
That's right.
And so all they're doing is trying to get you to replicate a test.
Wow.
And these tests are ridiculous.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And the teachers will even tell you that.
Wow.
And see, and this is one of the reasons why I'm a big proponent of this curriculum that we use. Because for one, like I said, it makes them have to master the curriculum, and so they're learning, and it also makes them independent. Because when they go to college, nobody's going to be sitting here trying to tell them all this stuff. They're basically having to teach themselves in college. They got a professor up front, but they give them books, they give them syllabus, they tell them this is what you got to do.
Right.
Nobody's trying to standing over their shoulder, babysitting them. And so my kids were prepared for college.
One of the biggest gripes that I see a lot of instructors, college level instructors have, is the fact that so many children come to school unprepared because they're used to their hands being held and being coddled. So they don't recognize the grind of college, which is a different rhythm and has different responsibilities and requirements, because truth be told, that's preparing you for life. Let me tell you something. When your boss give you a deadline, that's a real doggone deadline. You want your check every week, don't you? And it's the same thing when it comes to college. These kids are showing up, and some of y'all parents, you parents out there who doing your kids' homework and then going up there and watching them accept these academic awards, shame on you. You need a good kick in your behind, because when that kid is taking that award that he know he don't deserve or she don't deserve, and you know they don't deserve it, they're gonna expect that same nonsense in life. These everybody got a trophy generation, everybody get a pat on the back at work. No, Chuck does a great job, and so I'm gonna shout out Chuck. Chuck getting the bonus, he getting a raise, he getting all kind of accolades, and you, Craig, in the back, you suck at life and you suck at the job, but I can't fire you. So guess what, Craig? Don't come at me saying nobody showed you love. You don't deserve any.
And
who cares how you feel about it, Craig?
And this is the other thing too. The fact that they're going to school and they're having to take remediation, and this is stuff you got to pay for. So now you in college taking high school classes. And college, and you paying college money for high school classes because they didn't learn math when they went to high school.
And which means maybe you should have went to a trade school, and that's okay.
But that's how they do those athletes. That's how they were doing athletes. They're just passing them through and putting them in college, and they're just like, we're lost. We don't even, they're lost.
I never had to do this, or maybe I don't understand this, or maybe I shouldn't be doing this right.
Right, exactly. But I could play football.
Yeah.
Or I could play basketball or
Yeah.
baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess what? I know this is
and
probably
all
making
of
some
the
of y'all
stuff
throw
that
up
I'm
in your
saying,
mouth.
people look at me like I'm crazy when I say this stuff that I'm saying, but check out what they're doing in Asia.
Oh, you just said it. I was just thinking it, and then Mocha just said it. She said why foreigners know about our government and the Americans don't. It's because those children are held to a higher standard. Do you know what they do to you in some of these Asian schools if you flunk out or if you don't pass tests? Oh, I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
I didn't know it was an option.
Rabbit Trail. I got to go off the rein for just a minute. You talk about Asian parenting. Let me just shout out China right now. Again, I know that's very unpopular. I might even get investigated by that. I don't care. Let me just say this right here. That video of that mama and daddy in the casino whooping their son behind, who went to the doggone casino and gambled playing video games and lost $35,000 off a credit card. And they found that joker and go find this video on TikTok. Oh, it'll bless your life. They was weighing his behind out in that doggone casino. He was in there.
Was he a grown man?
You can't even see him. He sound like he even in his late teens or early 20s. But he went to the casino, played a video and playing like in a video game tournament, I guess, on a credit card. And they probably got, if you know how credit card companies do, you can know how they do me. You got a phone call. Hey, did you just purchase ABCD? No, I didn't. Who purchased that?
A credit card.
Oh my God. Oh, he used their credit card. $35,000.
Oh my God.
The mama and the daddy was in the casino weighing his behind. I was like, yes, give it to him. Give him the business. Go the distance. That blessed my life. That blessed my life.
And see, that's the thing. Over here, somebody would have called the police. Over there, they applaud.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Jaleel, see if you can find that video.
Over here, over there, you break your stick, they handing you another one.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Mama and daddy tag team. I'm talking about Ricky Steamboat, Jimmy Snooker style. Both mama and daddy coming off the top ropes, weighing his behind out. And I was for it. Do you know what $35,000 is? Do you know what $35,000? You know what a $35,000 hold is on your credit card in a casino that you cannot get back? The only way you can get that money back is to declare that he stole that casino. He stole that credit card, and he came in there and put him in jail. Let them lock his behind up, which I would definitely agree with. But most parents ain't gonna go that far. So guess what? You got a $35 credit card bill that you got to pay off, and your credit score about to be in the toilet unless you got some cash laying around the house to pay that sucker off.
He going to jail.
Yeah,
he going to jail. If they was beating him, he was going. He going to jail.
I'm blown away how former Washington Redskin Dexter Manley got through high school, college, and into the pros not knowing how to read.
Yep. See?
Yeah. Go They just pushed him along.
Yep.
They just pushed him along.
But that's the thing, because there's so much of the system in that system.
Yeah.
And you know, the crazy thing is this. Malcolm X said, only a fool allows his enemy to educate their child.
Yep.
Yep.
And so from a standpoint of this, as a believer, we are foolish to allow the world to educate our children.
Right. That's right.
You got to recognize that. That's bottom line.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the bottom line. So at the least, if you can't afford to homeschool, we ought to be looking for some form of Christian education.
Yeah. And this is a much deeper conversation, because there's so many problems with. I know what it costs me to send our children to a Christian school. It literally was college money, like literally. I'm talking about, and some of it had to be financed.
And I'm gonna say this as a pastor. I'm gonna say this because God put this in my spirit as a pastor. When we had our school, and and we still have our school. I've transitioned out of the lead role in it. Like I said, when we went virtual, we separated, and so it's now its own 501c3.
Okay.
And so it now has another president actually running the school. So I can't tell you what the fees are now. But when it operated under the ministry, God gave me the mandate to make it so affordable that no one who wanted it could not afford it.
Right.
So if Donna came to me and said she wanted Max to go to our school and said she couldn't afford it, we'd let her go for free.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
And we had tuition. When we set up tuition, at the time when we set up tuition, I set up tuition at the price of the cheapest daycare I could find.
Wow, for regular school.
No, the cheapest daycare.
No, I'm saying for y'all regular school.
Our regular school
right.
was the price of the cheapest daycare I could find.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was nice.
And I left that tuition there, and that wasn't like elementary school tuition. That was K through 12. And I did that for a reason, because I said, now if you're paying for daycare, that's already in your budget.
Right.
And everybody got to pay for daycare.
Right.
So at some point, when they transition to that point, you saying, okay, well, they old enough to go to school now. So now you're going to reallocate those funds. But I said, okay, now if you're already paying that, you can continue. If you have a desire for your children to get a quality education and to have them educated in the Lord, all you got to do is keep that same thing in your budget, and they can go all the way up to college.
That's a whole other level of thinking right there, Pastor.
That's what we did as a ministry, and I can't tell you how many people made a choice not to take advantage of that.
Wow.
See, here's the thing. Like you said, how many people fail to take advantage of it? Because once you get past that preschool age, and they in that free school range where you ain't got to come out your pocket. Now it's like, ooh.
But it ain't free.
I just freed up $300 a month, or today $500 a month. Because I mean, what is it now? Anybody got kids? Some kids in daycare? What's it now? About $125 a week to put some kids in daycare?
More than that.
It's probably more than that. Yeah.
But it ain't $75.
My kids stop. Yeah,
but it ain't free.
It's a cost. Hey, y'all, stay right there, family. Listen, when we come back, we're gonna wrap the show. We're gonna try to squeeze one more topic in. If not, we'll bounce the rest of it to this coming Thursday. Hey, y'all, listen, we love y'all. We thank y'all. We appreciate y'all for standing here with us. I think we know what we can do now. I think we can get Pastor Tuck to shave his beard and give the money to the My Church School. That's what we're gonna do, y'all. Stay right there, family. We're gonna talk about it when we come back. Don't y'all move. This is the Akintunde Show, brought to you by Healthy Laughter. Healthy Laughter season is here, family. Coming up September. It kicks off September 3rd. This is the Akintunde Show. Don't y'all move. Columbia, South Carolina, it's official. Healthy Laughter season has begun. The Healthy Laughter National Stand-Up Comedy Tour comes home to Columbia, South Carolina this September. There'll be comedy showcases, free health screenings, power walk exercise days, plus the beginning of production of our national stand-up comedy television series, Healthy Laughter, laughing your way to a healthier life. To get more information, log on to healthylaughtercomedy.com. That's healthylaughtercomedy.com. And a huge thank you to our sponsors, community partners, and supporters. Wellsprings Family Medicine, Woods Automotive Sales, Be Insured for Life Health Agency, Linked Up Church, P&B Promotionals, Presley Cares Mortuary, KRJ Consulting, SGRX Saves, Chris and Brenda Bethel, Jamie and Tamika Isaac Divine, Abel SC. It's Healthy Laughter Homecoming, Columbia, South Carolina. It's your brother Akintunde. And until showtime, I'ma see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.
Stop walking in front of the prophet.
Oh, yeah.
All right, family. We coming to the end of the show. I take full responsibility today. Sometimes it's Pastor Tuck. Sometimes it's Donna. It was me today. I started talking about old Western movies, and we got lost. And this great topic for the show fell off into the abyss. Listen, family, go ahead and get y'all tickets for Healthy Laughter right now. I need my actual family to go ahead and get your tickets. If you're coming right now, we have a wonderful special. So if you buy your tickets to First Sundays, which is the official kickoff of Healthy Laughter, you immediately get a ticket to one of the other showcases, and your name goes into the lottery to be in the house for the live taping. The live taping is going to have less seats than our regular seating because we're going to have the cameras and different cameramen and camera operators in here. And and I think we'll have a small jib in here. So because of that, we're going to lose some seats. So we won't have as many seats as we normally would offer for First Sundays. But we do have a small amount of people who will be able to be in the house. And I want y'all to come in and laugh and have a good time. Go ahead and support. Log on to healthylaughtercomedy.com, or you can go straight to First Sundays and get your tickets right now. Go to First Sundays and get your ticket right now. FirstSundaysComedy.com and get your tickets. But you can go to healthylaughtercomedy.com and get your tickets. Shout out to all of our sponsors again. A huge shout out. I want to mention a huge shout out to Wellsprings Family Medicine, Dr. Damon Daniels, who was one of the first sponsors to jump on board and support. And he also is getting behind the big push of getting more men out to be screened. He has a P4P, which is this amazing device that allows you to be screened for multiple ailments, particularly high blood pressure, stroke, heart disease, where you can get this screening. And it's this amazing piece of technology that you literally can schedule in his office. And I would highly encourage you to take that test and take that screening, because it can find out things that's wrong with you well before it becomes an issue. And brothers, men, we don't like going to the doctor. I'm one of them. I do not. You got a doctor's appointment next week. You got a doctor's appointment. Don't you cancel it. Don't you forget you got a doctor's appointment Monday. I'm like, you know what? Man, I got this meeting. You going to the doctor? Go to your doctor's appointment. I'm all right. So. Shout out to my wife, and I'm being fully transparent about the fact that she sometimes has to remind me and promote because and push me, because if you feel good, sometimes you ain't going. I don't know what that is. I don't know where that's coming from. But either way, like I said, I want y'all to definitely support Wellsprings Family Medicine, all of our sponsors. Huge shout out to our partner, the Able SC, that is going to be doing some very much needed screenings in-house that particular day on multiple days of Healthy Laughter. Again, the 3rd, the 9th, the 16th, and the 23rd. Those are the 4 dates for Healthy Laughter, and we're super excited about it. Log on to healthylaughtercomedy.com, healthylaughtercomedy.com. Great topic today. We just scratched the surface in it and didn't really get to all of it at all. But I will say this: you have to live your own convictions as a parent. And like I was saying with that video that I showed, maybe we'll play a little bit of that at the end of the show for some of y'all who came in later or after I played up top. I played up top this video, and I want to get Don and Pastor Tuck's thoughts about this because we didn't really get a chance to address it fully. But for me, I just thought it was ridiculous to be given a newborn baby, a doggone haircut with a razor line. It's grown men who can't take a razor on their skin, much less a newborn baby. Okay, you talking about you putting a lace front on a 4-year-old little girl. Like I said up front, it's some grown women right now who regret the day they ever saw a lace front anything because it snatched their edges out. And now you around here ruining the edges or the hairline of a child whose hairline hadn't even developed yet, that did not ask for that. Go ahead, y'all jump on that before we go.
Well, I mean, it's absolutely ignorant.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Don.
As a hairdresser as well, it's ridiculous. I agree with Pastor Tuck. It is ridiculous because for the very reasons you were saying, there's chemicals involved.
Right.
Putting a razor on a hairline that has not yet developed. That is crazy. Like you said, the chemicals, their little immune system is not even, it could be compromised.
Right.
So it is not only it's just not healthy to do so.
Yeah.
It's dangerous to do so because you don't know what kind of effect that those chemicals or whatever are going to have on your child.
Right.
And why? Why?
Right.
I could see if you just wanted to cut a little trim if it grows long, because sometimes it grows long before one. You cut a little trim, but to put a razor, a straight edge razor on underdeveloped hair follicles, that's crazy.
Yeah. And in that video you saw, like I said, I think we'll play it again on out. Of course, this child's hairline hadn't developed at all. No. At all. Their hair pattern hasn't become dense. I'm sorry, Pastor, go ahead.
I mean, the fact, like I said, it's just absolute ignorance in itself because when you look at the fact of they're Johnson & Johnson's getting sued because of baby powder.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
causing cancer.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the Gerber baby food because of the heavy metals in it, causing autism.
Wow. Wow.
And these are problems with baby products.
Wow.
Right.
And you out here putting bona fide chemicals on a baby.
Yeah. Adult.
What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I tried to color my beard with some darn Just for Men, I'm getting burned. I mean, they suing. They got a lawsuit for Just for Men.
No.
And like I said, that stuff will burn the fool out of your face. That stuff will burn the fool out of your face. Like I said, I got sensitive skin. You got that tough core stuff, so you can handle it. But I got sensitive skin, and I'm like,
wow.
I mean, they live. I mean, that stuff give you chemical burns. So I'm like, and you putting chemicals on a baby.
Yeah. Wow.
And so I'm like, what kind of
food
disregard for life could you have?
And to that point, one of the videos, Jalil, get the video ready. I'm gonna play it again on the way out. Clubhouse, when we end Clubhouse, bounce over to Facebook. I give us like 2 minutes over on Facebook, but and it's a hard to. But one of the videos, they was actually putting the color in the little boy's hair.
Oh no!
Yeah,
no!
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And see, Mocha Thompson said, "Have you ever seen relaxer melt an aluminum can?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's terrible.
Relax.
I mean, that's worse than even those kiddie perms that they used to do for the kids back in the day. That was ridiculous.
Well, yeah, and what they're now finding out though, there's also some lawsuits against some of the companies who do produce relaxer because they're finding out that has led to some women having cancer.
Oh, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so that's what I'm saying. And so just because of all, that's one of the reasons why women started going natural was because of all of these chemicals.
That's right.
And you're doing this stuff to babies?
Yeah. I'm going to read this real quick.
What kind of disregard could you have for human life?
I think Pinky nailed it right here on Facebook. She said, in reference to the babies, it's vanity, and King Solomon says vanity is useless. So those moves that parents are making aren't about the child. There it is right there.
Pinky.
Period. There it is, Pinky, right there. That's on it. A spot on it, sis. Good to see you, Pinky, in the house. Listen, we got to get up out of here. I got to shut Clubhouse down. You know, we got a hard stop at Clubhouse, so we have to get out of here. I'm gonna go about 2 minutes over on Facebook, and I'm gonna play that video again. But it's ridiculous. Clubhouse, hop on over to Facebook. We got to get up out of here, family. Got another room coming up right here on Clubhouse. Until Thursday, we gonna see y'all when we see y'all. This is Akintunde Show. Bye, y'all. Peace.
Okay. Love y'all, family.
All right, so Clubhouse. I'm sorry, Facebook and YouTube. And my church, we're gonna. You know, they used to say back in the day. You know, some stations, we're saying goodbye, and some of y'all, we're starting our second hour. Bring up Pastor Tuck on Ecamm, Jalil, if you can. I know we have some technical audio issues earlier. So real quick, I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna play the video. Of that show these young ladies, these young babies, had little boy getting his hair cut, and then another video of a little boy getting his hairline dyed, actually putting the dye in it, and then putting the razor on the hairline. I'm like, some stuff I can't say what I want to say, but some stuff you watch, something you want to say. You like ninjas, ninjas,
them your skin folk.
Jeez, no, they yours too.
No,
I looked at a couple of them. I think they might be they might be Tuckers. They might be some Tuckers. Well, listen, coming up Thursday, y'all, we're gonna continue this conversation, and also too, coming up on Thursday, I want to talk about this comment that Bishop T.D. Jakes made that I tend to agree with. Not tend to, I fully agree with. And again, Bishop Jakes, I think what's happened is Bishop Jakes has gotten to that stage in life where he has become that dad, that old school daddy who say stuff and that's uncomfortable and that people don't agree with, but you can't deny the truth in it. So I'm paraphrasing slightly what he said, because what he says, I think is a comment that I saw a few months ago or weeks ago, and I actually mentioned it in passing here. But what I said was, what he said was, what the phrase is, it says that tough times produce strong men. Strong men produce good times. Good times produce weak men. Weak men produce hard times. I was like,
that was good, right? That was good.
I was like,
yep.
Yo,
that's true.
If that ain't true right there,
true statement.
That's a true statement right there. Because when you some of them struggles, I guarantee if I could ask Pop Tuck what some of the stuff that he went through as a child, as a young man growing up, which is why he probably worked so hard to build and work hard and build a life for his family. Try his hardest to overcome whatever he had to overcome to build a life for his family, right? And so what happens is y'all is you have to be very strategic and deliberate. If you have means and your children are coming up behind you, you have to take time and you have to instill certain values in them, and you have to overcome some of your own personal proclivities that may make you or your children weak because of access, because of good times. Again, so this isn't fully. I'm gonna play the audio from Bishop Jakes, but again, it said, hard times produce strong men. Strong men produce good times. Good times produce weak men. Weak men produce hard times. And I just thought that was spot on.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's golden there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think you have to work hard to put the value system within your children. And again, because sometimes some of the stuff we doing today kind of button up what we said, what the topic of the show is today, and then taking Panky's comment and just who came straight down the street with it. Some of the stuff we doing, it ain't got nothing to do with the kids. That's about us.
That's right. That's right.
No, it's literally everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's the fact that some things to do doesn't mean you should do.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. You know, we keep talking about these cell phones. It's like you might even be able to afford to buy your kid an iPhone and an Apple Watch, but do they need one?
Do they need it? Yeah.
You might be able to buy your kid 7 pairs of Jordans, but do they need them?
Do they need a pair of Jordans? Period.
That's the problem. Just because you have the means for it, I know, Bill had his issues, but Heathcliff, like I said, Heathcliff had some gems.
Yeah, he was saying
when he used to tell him, I remember one episode Vanessa said something about we rich. He's like, no,
me and your mother rich.
Your mother rich, right? You ain't rich.
You ain't rich. You have nothing.
You got nothing.
And that's how that thing need to. You need your kids need to understand some of that.
Yeah. And particularly when you out here raising young men, again, this whole feeling culture we got right now, this all these feeling parents right now. Let me tell you something. Again, you got a young boy. You raise him up with everything about his feeling. You raising a soft grown man.
Yeah.
Because life will kick you in your behind, and it do not care nothing about your feelings. And while you on the phones, while you sitting on the floor sulking in your feelings, it coming back around again to kick you in the face. Coming right back, and again, and what's crazy is women learn that and figure that out very quickly, because oftentimes a woman is being pursued by life at a very young age, because you got people, men, grown folks, young boys, sometimes in their own family that's pursuing them sexually. So a girl, sometimes if they're not protected, they learn to fend for themselves very early on, to read people, read situations. I don't need to be in here. Uncle Frankie look a little weird. You and then because of the brokenness of our families, girls are oftentimes brought up, you need to be able to fend for yourself. You need to be able to make your own money. So by the time a girl is 21, 22, and then she gets some kids and she does her job as a mother, she's even more aware that life is not paying her no favors, and she getting and she getting all kind of drama in life and problems, and she got to take care of these kids and all that stuff. Even the sucky mothers, they killing it sometimes just because you don't know what they were strapped with and what they have issues with just to push through.
And they're trying to survive.
They're trying to survive.
You know, and that's a whole different level of trying to survive versus here, this is yours. Here, you have this. Here, I'm gonna give you.
Right.
You know, so it's a whole different level.
Leon said,
Survival.
"Life isn't like Burger King, where you can have it your own way." Yeah, life.
One of my favorite sayings of my daddy was, "You old enough for your wants not to hurt you."
I love it. That's old black man right there. That's old hard. That's strong liquor right there.
Yeah, I want to do this. I want to do that. Well, you old enough for your wants not to hurt you.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
In other words, you keep on wanting all you want to. You'll be all right.
But it ain't
Just
gonna
keep
hurt
on.
you. That's right.
I gotta hop off, but I'll say this right. That's that level of old school parenting. Well, let me tell you, they ain't care nothing about your feelings.
Nope.
Who cares how you feel about it? Get up and do this. Get up and go rake that yard. Get up and cut that grass. Get up and wash these dishes. Get up and do your homework. Get up and go out there and clean out that barn.
I used to tell my kids no just so they knew what it sounded like.
Right.
Yeah.
Because life will tell you no. No, you're not getting. No, you can't. You're not approved for this house. No, you're not approved for this car. No, you can't get this job.
Right.
Yeah. No, we're not gonna transfer you for you.
Like,
no, I'm not gonna marry you.
My wife be like, why you tell them no? I said, just so they know what it sounds like.
Pastor, you heard what Donna said. Donna said, no, I'm not gonna marry you. God, dog. Donna told Rufus no. Rufus again.
That's a hurting thing right there.
It
for
really
a man.
is.
That's a hurting
It really
thing.
is. It really is. Yeah. Some jokers need to be told no. No.
Exactly.
Joker, you ain't
No,
Joker, you ain't got
can't
no
get
job.
this.
Nobody ain't marrying you. You done had 4 jobs in 6 months. Nobody ain't marrying you.
You ain't seen nothing to the table, bro.
Nothing. I'm gonna play this video on the way out, y'all. This is the video that they kind of ticked it off for me right here. I'll pick up the other topics coming up on Thursday, y'all. And but I gotta get up out of there. I got a phone call, gotta make it, then we gotta do radio. So listen, fam, we love y'all. We thank y'all. This is the Akintunde Show. We appreciate y'all. Brought to you by Healthy Laughter. Go and get your tickets right now. Log on to healthylaughtercomedy.com. Healthylaughtercomedy.com. Or like I said, you can go straight to First Sundays and get your tickets. We got a great lineup coming up. Marcus D. Wiley kicks us off. Play that video on the way out. Thank you, Tristan, Jaleel, Donna J, Pastor Tuck. Thank you to the entire Clubhouse, Facebook family, and the YouTube family. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And until next time, I'm going to play the video. But before we go, we going to see y'all when we see y'all. Go ahead and run that beautiful bean footage, Jaleel. Look, see how that child hair is red, the skin is red, because that's irritation.
Yep.
Irritation, y'all.
Yep.
We see y'all Thursday, family.
My family.
Stop walking in front of the prophet.
Oh, yeah.